Thanks again, Willie, for joining Tunnel Talk, where we talk about more than fashion, you know, lifestyle, how you're doing, and what's coming up. And I want to first say congratulations on the baby. You're now
Oh
a
man.
father, a girl dad.
Oh yeah, nah, I appreciate you, man. It's one of the craziest things ever to go through. I feel like it's definitely one of the coolest things I've done.
How's your style changed? Do you have like a new dad style going on yet?
Um, since quarantine has happened, I think during that whole like the last 3-4 months, I've been on the cozy vibe, just like whatever. And then like I just been working out OD too, so just the cozy vibe and shorts, workout gear. I haven't really been on anything else besides that.
Yeah,
I haven't really
totally.
got to dress up, man. It's been trash.
We,
Love it.
we we know the same as the quarantine. You want to stay comfortable. I will say, I know we want to talk about your style, but now that you have a daughter, that's a whole nother ball game. Are you dressing her up? Are you having fun with that? How's that going for you?
Oh yeah, man, she's growing so fast that like it's hard to really get her clothes. Right now, I don't even really get her clothes. It's her mom. Mom's buying all her clothes right now. She honestly has too many clothes. But yeah, man, I get to, sometimes go in there and mismatch her stuff and make it look like my little style, but it's fun. Um, I think the coolest thing I think that she's been in so far is like Jordan Poole from the Warriors that gathered her some like Kith onesies, and they were really
Oh,
tough.
those are, yeah,
They're
yeah.
tough.
With the onesies and the kicks for kids, you can't go wrong with that. Except
Yeah.
their feet grow so fast that I'm sure the sneakers you got to keep getting new ones.
Oh yeah, nah, we don't even. She don't even wear shoes yet. We don't even buy shoes yet.
So I heard you grew up doing art all your entire youth. So how has that influenced what your style is now today?
Um, you know, it's probably influenced it more than I even realized. Like I was a big like I think one of the biggest influences when I was actually in high school. I had to do like an art project, um, and I had to incorporate like an artist, and the artist I chose was Keith Haring, and I had to like put him on a different object, and I chose to do a van, and it kind of like set my whole shoe off because like I wasn't into Jordans yet. I was like still on my skater kick. And so I was wearing Vans and like SDs and stuff like that, and Dunks and stuff like that. And so I put them on these Vans, and it kind of tapped me into doing portraits and stuff like that. But I actually had to do some research on them, and so that was like the first, real artist that I actually, kind of got involved with. And then, um, a lot of the artists that I'm influenced by now are just like friends that I've met along the way that I'm just like, damn, y'all are really dope. Like I haven't really like got to tap in with any famous people, any really famous artists besides David Garibaldi. I kind of got to
Oh,
like
wow.
yeah, like for a couple years there I got to go to his studio there in Sacramento and really just like kind of learn from him,
That's sick.
and it was cool. He's different. He's a different type of artist, like just how fast, and it's like his performance with everything, like his dancing and hyping up the crowd while he's painting and stuff. Like it's all part of the show, and it was really impressive to like see his whole kind of how he approaches the show and how everything kind of builds up to it.
How
Right.
does all of that bleed into your game on the court too?
Well, I mean, you know, you got a certain style out on the court, so um, I kind of like to keep it who I am. So how I look out on the court is kind of goes with how I look outside the court.
Are
That's
you
kind of how
responsible?
I kind of gauge it. Just like the type of swag that I'm going to try to bring on the floor is the same. When you see it's going to be loud, you know what I'm saying? When you
Yeah.
see what I'm wearing, it's either going to be like subtle loud or like I'm going to be doing things that maybe ain't showing up on the stat sheet, but like when you get real nitpicky, like, damn, that's some Supreme that you got on, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just little stuff like that.
I think that's what I like about what a lot of people like about your style is what you said exactly. It's subtle. Like you'll have a name brand, but you don't need to be a name brand from head to toe. You put in, some underground artists, maybe some friends. It looks like honestly, you're the type of guy where you'll be on Instagram, and if you like someone's artist, who cares if he has 5 followers or 50,000 followers? You give them respect and you'll support them, which I think is super cool. And I like how you put that together.
Oh yeah, man. That was well shoot, man. There was, I think, my second year in the league, I started my own Will Change sports brand, and
That's right.
I seen that side of it. So I was like, yo, when I like now that I've been through that and I see how, a lot of guys that get, free promotion stuff that that like they're sending this so you can wear it to promote, and like they don't promote it and stuff like that. That's trash. So you know what I'm saying? You want to, that's an investment. That's an investment that you did to like, for the people. Like when I did that, I knew going into it that, okay, 1,000 of these, like I'm going to spend $1,000 on just giving it to people. And like knowing that going into it, it helped me out. But there's a lot of people that didn't know that, you know what I'm saying? And they like, well, man, I just lost $1,000 because I just gave it away to all my friends that, that said that they was going to repost it, or they knew this guy that was going to do that, and blah, blah, blah. And it's just a long line of disasterness. And so when you can, nip it in the butt and just, damn, okay, here, I'm gonna set aside $1,000. This is what I'm gonna give to the streets. Boom, and then keep it moving like that.
I wish everybody thought like you. I mean, you got the business. I mean, you hit it spot on. I don't need to add anything to what you said. I mean, you gotta choose, what is the best investment. It's okay to give away certain stuff, but you got to make sure that you're going to get something back. And I'm not just saying give away to people in hopes that they're going to repost it, because that's not what life's about. You should give just to give. But at the same time, you're a business owner and you got to be smart with how you're trying to get your company out and using your finances, I mean.
And I think a lot of it has to do with like, how are you gonna rock it? Like, are you rocking it? Like, you can, you know what I'm saying? If you're on Instagram, you can tell people that just like, damn, he got a promotional thing that he's just got to wear that. Or did you rock it? Like, damn, man, I remember with this dude. Like, this is how I be in my closet. Like, damn, I remember 3 years ago, this guy gave me this shirt, and it's gonna go perfect with these damn shoes I just got today. And it was just like, man, that match. That was for this moment right now for me to rock. And then you rock it, and it's like, damn, he rocked that. Like, it wasn't that he just wore it and took a picture. No, he rocked that shit, and it looks fire with it.
He stayed true to your word. Yeah.
When you're shopping or you're on the gram, what speaks to you first things? You're like, what makes you go, oh man, I gotta have that. I gotta have that pair of shoes. I gotta have this designer in my closet. What speaks to you?
Man, that's interesting. I've never been asked that question before. So
that's what happens when you go on Tunnel Talks with ProTrending.
Hey, I see. You know what? I would have to say, like, who's rocking it is a big thing. Who's rocking it, and like, how did they rock it? Because that's gonna give me inspiration on like if I can rock it, or if I really wanted to rock it, I should say. And then I don't know, man, just like there's a feeling with it, you know what I'm saying? It's like when you pick a college to go to. That's the only way I could really explain it. Like when you show up to that college and it's like, damn, this is it. This was for me. That's kind of how I pick clothes too. It's like I see something and it honestly it'll speak to me. Just like, or I'll see something, I know I got something in the closet that's gonna go fire with it, and it's just like, oh man, I got a belt that's gonna go smooth with this shirt. Yeah. It's gonna match my socks and my shirt. You know what I'm saying? This is just gonna set it all off, the little details, stuff like that. So, I mean, that's a tough question because there's a lot. I feel like there's a lot to go with it.
So you got to have kind of like a Kentucky Wildcat feeling towards you, that Calipari feeling going into each fit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now you gotta, yeah, definitely. There's definitely a feeling you're getting.
Is there any guys in the league that you really respect their style? And
I mean, I'll give you my top 5 people that I like their style. I like Boogie Cousins style. I like LeBron style. I like Kelly Oubre style. I like John Wall style. Brandon Beal style.
Yeah.
You got a nice variety.
Terry Rozier. It's like, yeah, it's kind of all around, right? Yep. It's kind of like, shoot, Harden, he's always come with some fire. PJ Tucker's gonna come with something. Russ is gonna come with himself. That's why the only reason why I like Russ's style is because it's himself. You can really tell that's what he wants. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't tell for everybody like that. So I can't respect him for that.
What about your new team that you're joining, the Dallas, or that you joined, the Dallas Mavericks? Who do you think? What's the best style on the team? Who has the best style?
Tim, he's gonna come with some fire fits. Yeah. Tim is. Seth's gonna come with something smooth. Yeah. Courtney Lee, he's veteran stuff. Yeah, he's gonna come with something nice.
So let me ask you a question real quick.
I really want to say.
So we get a lot of messages in our DM from a lot of fans, and our slogan is "Style like a pro," and they say, "Hey, ProTrending, Adam, how can we style like a pro if we don't have the bag? We don't got all that money." And of course, in my mind, if you live by that motto, then you're not going to do anything until you have money. Then how are you going to get money? So I would ask you, what do you tell the fans that don't have the finances to buy the Off-White and Louis Vuitton and then get scared thinking, oh, they can't have style if they don't have that name brand?
Well, man, style isn't the name brand, for one. You know what I'm saying? That's the first thing about it. It's like, style is you. That's your swag is your confidence, is your, the first thing that people see is what you're wearing. So like, that's your first impression is what you're wearing. So like, you want it to be you. You don't want it to be, you're wearing this stuff and that's not you. Like,
right.
If you're wearing all name brand stuff and you really can't wear name brand stuff, you know what I'm saying? Then that's kind of like, it's kind of corny because like you can't afford to do that. Like, why would you want to do that if you can't afford to do it? Like, I had no desire to wear any name brand until I could do that. I also didn't know any name brand until I could afford it. So that was another big thing for me when I was growing up. Shoot, I was wearing Walmart stuff. I was rocking JCPenney's. I was rocking, like stuff that we could afford, but it was just, that was my stuff that I could rock. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know anything else. So it's just, you got to rock it for who you are and what you want to do with it.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're on this epic trip. We got to ask you, what brought you on this RV trip?
I just, since quarantine, I ain't seen my boys that I was with in California for like 7-8 months. Okay. We all make music and we all do that. So we just needed a trip. And my wife, and she let me go on this trip for 2 weeks. So, I'm not going to complain about that.
Is there anything you're picking up on the road that you're going to throw into your style once we get back into the season here?
Any cowboy hats or you're going to Dallas. Does your style change? What city? Are you like a chameleon when it comes to your style? Are you adapt to whatever city you're in?
I'm definitely like a chameleon when it comes to style, but I don't know, man. I've been on this teeter-totter on suiting up. I've been on the street fashion for so long. I'm kind of wanting to go into this extra dimension that I haven't touched yet.
You're
which
a vet,
is cool.
So
it gives me like a whole new, closet scheme, which is cool. I don't know, some Clark Kent, something Bruce Wayne, something like that. That's what I'm trying to get on now.
What's brands that you like to wear right now? Is there one, or you just kind of put on what you like to see, or?
So when I fell into money, I always loved Bape. I always loved what Nigo had going on over there. So I was like, I'm just gonna make my whole wardrobe Bape. So for like a whole year and a half, I just did nothing but buy every drop of Bape. And like I went to Japan, I went to Hong Kong, blah blah blah, whatever. Bought like 50-some items in Hong Kong. Like, went to Japan and nothing could fit me, so I went to like, it sucked because I went all the way out there. I was really excited to go there. It was cool, and then like nothing fit me. But I got my girl some stuff. It was cool just to see that culture. But Hong Kong had like everything. I went in there and was like, I need. Where's all your 2X stuff? Like, and he's like, okay, I'll start pulling out. He pulls out all of his 2X stuff. It's probably like 54 items or something like that. Bags, hats, socks. But I'm just whatever y'all got. Blah blah blah. And he like pulls it out, and he kind of like pulls out some of it, and I'm like, nah, that's all y'all have? And he's like, nah. So then I'm like, nah, like bring all of it out. And he's like, okay, he brings it all out. I'm like, all right, then here's a credit card. And he's like, what? He's like looking at me crazy. I'm like, look, I need it all. Like, we don't got this where I'm at, so I need everything I could get. So I ended up having to buy like 3 suitcases just to get it back. And
That's
so I'm like
hilarious.
traveling to, like, we're still like, this is just the middle of our trip too. So I'm like still traveling with these 3 suitcases full of bait. It was a mess.
Well,
But it was,
you made that store owner happy. I'm sure he's been thinking for years, when is a tall guy gonna come in here that can fit these 2X? Boom. There you go, Willie.
oh man.
Built-in fan.
Well, see, I didn't have to. I ended up getting a plug in California, so I didn't have to go out there no more. And it was like whatever shipment he was getting in, he was hitting me up before he even unboxed it. Hey, this is what I got. What do you want out of it? So then it was just like overflowing of like, I mean, I got my whole, like, half of my closet is all vape, and it's just like now it's just an art piece. Like I don't even wear it. It's just like I just got hella stuff.
So what was, I noticed earlier this season, last season, you always had a metal briefcase coming in. Of course, my mind goes to, is he just coming in with $50,000 in his case? But is there anything special about that, or just an accessory you like?
You know, when I was a kid, probably like 12 years old, I had a friend that had one just like that, and he had like a little BB gun in it. I thought it was so badass. I'm like, damn, like that's just like the movies. And I always wanted one. I never found one. I never, like, since that moment, I didn't even think about it. And then I went home for my grandpa's funeral, and like I went to this gas station before we got on the plane to come back to California, and I seen it at the gas station, and like right at the bottom of this thing, and I see this, like, metal thing shining. And I'm like, holy shit, that's a suitcase. Go in there, grab it, and I'm like, oh, it's the briefcase. Boom. Put it out. Had it ever since. Carried it ever since. And then, like, so what was in it was actually like, I had, probably like 100 grand in jewelry in there. Just stuff that I had, you know what I'm saying? Like, 100 grand in jewelry, notes from my wife, pictures of her baby, like stuff like that. Notes, drawing pads, like just the essential things. iPad sometimes.
That's what's up. See, that's
See, that's the shit we talk about right there.
Exactly.
That's
Now or ever. I love it.
I know the bubble is happening right now. I think I heard Adam Silver say that the season's not going to start till 2021. I guess what happens? You come home after this trip, and what's next for Willie?
Mm-hmm.
Same thing I was on before I left on the trip. Shoot, for like before I took the trip, I was grinding with Tyler Ruff, 4 days a week. So I just go right back. So I got to work out Friday with them at 12:30. So it's just right back on the grind and, trying to get to it.
Awesome.
Well, Willie, thank you so much for joining us. We'll let you get back to your trip.
No doubt. I appreciate it. It was cool.
Awesome, man. We'll talk soon.
Yep.
Bye for now.